Jake here for American Trucks, and in this video we're taking a look at the corner step style steer rear bumper in chrome fitting 2009 to 2018 Ram 1500s with the factory dual exhaust. One thing to note before we dive in here is that this particular bumper does not have provisions for your rear parking sensors. So if your truck came equipped with those, they're either going to have to be deleted or you're going to have to look into other bumper options. If you want to give your Ram an injection of aggressive style and functionality while not deviating too far from your stock setup, this is the perfect choice for you. Featuring an OEM Plus type of look with some additional usability baked in, this is a great way to upgrade your truck without going overboard. It's hard to get more functionality integrated into your truck without having to add things, modify things, or swap to a totally different looking aftermarket bumper. And when you do one bumper, I don't know about the rest of you, but I like them to match front and rear. So this one keeps things pretty close to factory when it comes to the aesthetics. You get the chrome finish over the top, and stylistically, this is essentially the same as your factory one with the cutouts for your exhaust right here and the typical drop down for this top step plate here for the license plate frame area. And you've got this cover over the top as well. This is all one piece. Again, pretty much just like your stock bumper. The big difference here are the integrated steps in the corners. Now, while newer trucks may have fancy steps integrated into the tailgate and you might want that, this bumper is going to provide you a simple solution with these steps molded into the corners. So these are basically just cut out on the sides and you've got a nice step integrated in here, cut out right into the bumper, so it integrates very well. It's really kind of an elegant solution here. It's going to have these molded in, giving you a lot of easy access into the bed of the truck, even with the tailgate down. And again, I think these just integrate really well with the bumper. Because they have this cutout and this black finish to them, they give it a bit more of an aggressive look, but it's not going to change it up too much. And again, it's going to make it super easy for you to get into and out of the bed without having to add something like another type of step or go to the hassle of trying to climb up onto the tailgate. And because, again, these integrate with the bumper, there's not anything hanging down, these are also not going to change with your ground clearance too. It's really kind of a subtle change versus stock, and one that's going to provide you with a lot more access to the bed space. Now, especially if you're on the shorter side like I am, it just makes it much easier to access that area, plus it looks cool. And again, it's going to retain all the function of your stock bumper with the exhaust cutouts, this bed plate over top. You've got a spot to mount your hitch on the bumper itself, and you even get new license plate lights integrated in here. So this is going to swap right in place of your stock one. It's a bolt-on solution that's not going to require you to modify anything on your truck at all. So it'll swap right out, and it's going to make it that much easier to access the bed and make your truck look a little bit cooler in the process. And again, since this is a brand new bumper, if yours is looking a little bit worse for wear, this is a great opportunity to get that refreshed stock look, looking like it came right off the showroom floor, plus add a little bit of extra functionality. Much like your stock bumper, as is the theme here, the structure is made from a high-strength steel with that chrome finish on top. The steps on the side and the step pad here in the center are going to be made from ABS plastic, meaning that they're strong, they're lightweight, and they're durable. So overall, this should last you a long time. Again, it looks and feels pretty much like a stock bumper does, only with the inclusion of these additional steps on the side. Really, it's just a nice, clean, simple replacement for your stock bumper that's going to give you a little bit of extra functionality, which I think is worth its weight. Pricing comes in at about $525, and that makes this one of the most affordable options for rear bumpers out there for this gen of Ram. It's certainly going to be cheaper than an OEM replacement, especially if you're looking at an OEM chrome bumper. And it keeps that same look, again, with that little bit of added flair to it. So you really can't argue with it. I'd call it a pretty good value for money. Again, you're going to save a lot going this way versus going to your Ram dealer and picking up a brand new one from Mopar. So if it saves you a little bit of money and it adds a little something to your truck, I don't really think you can go wrong here. Installation is going to get a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and it should take you about 2 hours to complete the job. Now again, this is a fully bolt-on part, so it requires no modifications to fit, and it comes with everything you need to get it done, including some new bolts and bracketry. Not much more I can say about it here, so with that, let's go ahead on out to the shop and we'll show you how to get this one done.
The tools you'll need for this project are an impact gun or ratchet, a 10mm and a 15mm socket. Hi everyone, today we're installing a rear bumper on our Ram, but first let's watch a short video on how to uninstall the stock bumper.
All right, so the first step in our uninstall is to remove the license plate itself because there are 2 bolts behind it. We're gonna grab a 10mm socket or whatever hardware is holding in your license plate. Let's get this removed. Now you can see the 2 15mm bolts behind the license plate. We're gonna grab a 15mm socket and remove these. Now we can unplug the harnesses, starting with the license plate lights. Go ahead and pull back on the red tab, press down on the black tab just in front of it, and release it. There is your trailer plug right behind that. You might have a little trouble seeing it. Press down on the tab and pull it off. Don't forget the license plate light on the other side. Pull back on the red tab, press down on the black tab, and remove it. Next up, we're gonna remove two 15mm bolts holding on your bumper. Grab your 15mm socket and get these removed. Now you can repeat that on the other side. Make sure your bumper is supported, especially when you go to take out the last hardware. All right, so now that all your hardware is removed, what we're gonna do is grab a friend for this step just to help you out. We're gonna lift the bumper up slightly and out off the truck.
Now before we install our new bumper, we do need to transfer over our trailer connector here to our new bumper. To do that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna squeeze the sides of this clamp here to release the tension on the connector itself, and then we can slide that out, and then we'll go ahead and install it into the new bumper. So to remove this, we're just gonna squeeze the edges of the clamp here in towards the center, and then just slide it out. Now we can go ahead and transfer this over to the new bumper. So now all we have to do is slide this in from the front side of the bumper. And push it in until it snaps into place. Then just wiggle it and make sure that it's actually locked in. Now, once we've got that done, we go ahead and install the new license plate lights that come with the bumper. As you can see, our new lights will just slide into place on the edges of the license plate holder here. So we're just gonna go ahead and slide this in, like so. And it also comes with these clamps to slide in to lock it into place. To do that, slide it in between the plastic piece and the metal backing plate until it snaps into place and locks it in. And now we'll just do the same thing for the other light. So we slide our light into place, and then we'll slide our clamp and it's locked into place. Now we can just reverse our uninstall process to install the new bumper. So we'll go ahead and lift this into place. We'll install the two center bolts first just to hold it in place so it doesn't fall. And then we'll get the other 4 bolts started and tighten everything down. So like I said, we'll install our center bolts first, just to hold it in place. And now we can go ahead and get the 4 bolts underneath. Now we'll go ahead and get our 2 bolts on the driver's side started. And we'll tighten those down with our 15mm socket. Now you can go ahead and repeat that process for the 2 on the passenger side. Now we'll go ahead and reconnect our license plate light connectors simply by pushing it into the new light. Once you've got it in, make sure that you push down on the red tab to lock it into place. And then we'll go ahead and connect our trailer connector. Now it's a little tough to get the camera in here because of the trailer hitch, but you know where it's at, so just go ahead, slide that into place and get it locked in. And then remember to reconnect the license plate light on the other side as well. And now we'll go ahead and tighten down these 2 center bolts on the bumper to finish the installation. So again, we'll use our 15mm socket to tighten these up. And now you can go ahead and reinstall your license plate. Now you may also have to source a couple of nuts and bolts to be able to attach this because there are no fittings in the new bumper itself. And that'll complete your installation. And that wraps up our review and install of the corner step style steel rear bumper, not pre-drilled for backup sensors, in chrome for your 09 to 18 Ram 1500 with factory dual exhaust. Thanks for watching, and remember, for all things Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.